Hi, welcome to this module on statistics, and in this video we shall be talking about the different types of data. One of the most basic concepts to understand before getting into the future topics. We already know the importance of data. We already know that data is vital for solving a data analytics or a data science problem. But what exactly is data? Data is majorly of two types. One is going to be categorical data and one is going to be numerical data. Categorical data, some of the examples could be, imagine you are analyzing some data. It could be an Excel sheet or something like that. Multiple columns are there. One of these columns are gender. Now, gender has values like male, female, and so on. Now, this is an example of categorical data because they are in categories. Another example will be location. Let's say multiple customers' location are captured in the data. Somebody stays in Japan, some stays in Korea, some stays in Indonesia, some in Malaysia. So those kind of data are also called as categorical data. Let's say you start analyzing a column which is age, which is having values like 25, 29. It basically has your age of multiple customers or your or multiple people. Now these kind of columns are your numerical columns. Now talking about the statistical terminology, we usually term categorical features or categorical variables as qualitative data. Similarly, numericals are termed as quantitative data. Let's try to get into qualitative data. What exactly is qualitative data and what are the further subcategories under it? So qualitative data or categorical data. Qualitative data, also known as categorical data, describes the data that fits into categories. Qualitative data are not numerical, of course. Categorical information involves categorical variables that describe the features such as a person's gender, hometown, etc. Gender could be male, female, hometown could be any country, Indonesia, Malaysia, Japan, whatever it is. These are all your categorical or qualitative data. Sometimes categorical data can hold numerical values as well, but those values do not have a mathematical sense. For example, examples of the categorical data are birth date. Now, what if somebody's birth date is something like this? Now, these are combination of numerical values. These are all your numbers. But it is termed as a categorical data, not as a numerical data. We also have favorite sport, school postcode. Here the birth date and school postcode hold the quantitative values like this. They have numbers in it, but they don't give any numerical meaning. There is no numerical meaning to it. So these kind of data are considered as qualitative data, even though they have quantitative values, right? So inside qualitative data, majorly there are two types of data. So data, as I told you, data is of two types, your qualitative and your quantitative. Inside qualitative comes your nominal and ordinal data. Nominal data is one of the types of qualitative information which helps to label the variables without providing the numerical value. Nominal data is also called the nominal scale. It cannot be ordered and measured. This is the most important feature of nominal data, that it cannot be ordered. But sometimes the data can be qualitative and quantitative. Examples of nominal data are letters, symbols, words, gender. Now, for example, we consider gender, male and female. We cannot order it. We cannot say males are superior than females or vice versa. So there is no ordering. Okay. So The nominal data are examined using the grouping method. In this method, the data are grouped into categories, and then the frequency or the percentage of the data can be calculated. These data are visually represented using pie charts. For example, you start analyzing gender. A better chart will be a pie chart, something like this. Let's say female and male, let's say 45% and 65%. Sorry, 45% and 55%. My bad, 55%. They could also be represented in a bar chart, male, female, and male. So, something like that, right? Now, of course, in this example, male are 55%, so they should look like this. But I'm just giving examples, right? That they can be represented visually using pie charts, using bar charts, and so on. Now, moving towards the ordinal data. Of course, as the name suggests, ordinal has something to do with orders or ordering. The significant feature of ordinal data is that they can be ordered. The first and foremost feature of ordinal data. Ordinal data, sometimes categorical data, can hold numerical values as we already discussed, but those values do not have a mathematical sense, right? We already discussed this. Ordinal data are some of these variables which are used mostly in surveys, finance, economics, questionnaires, and so on. What are some of the examples of ordinal data? One example is economic status. Economic status could be high, it could be mid, it could be low, and we already know it's in an order, right? It starts from low to high, right? Or else, let's say you are analyzing students' grading system. Some people have got A, some people have got B, some people have got C, some have got D, and we already know that it's in an order. So these kind of data are called as ordinal data. How do we represent it visually? Ordinal data is commonly represented using a bar chart. These data are investigated and interpreted through many visualization tools. Let's say you start plotting the graphs for economic status, high, low, and medium, right? So these kind of graphs can give you insights that, majority of the people are falling in this category. Low number of people are falling into the low category, like less number of people, right? And so on. So bar chart is going to be a to go visualization kind of technique to plot and visualize and analyze the ordinal data. The information may be expressed using tables in which each row in the table shows the distinct category. So that's all about your basics of types of data and the qualitative data. We also discussed about nominal and ordinal data. In the next video, we shall be talking about the numerical part, the quantitative part. So see you in the next video.